What happens if he pardons Diddy? I think Trump is reached a point right now that he has increased his score of surprises so high with everybody that nobody, we, the audience, the voters are immune to what he does. Nothing will surprise anybody.
Yeah.
That's Trump. He's the most unpredictable president we've ever had. He's not a predictable president.
That's true.
You want to talk predictable? We had a lot of presidents that were predictable. Obama was predictable. Biden was predictable. A lot of presidents we had were predictable. This is the most unpredictable guy. He could, on the same day, pardon Diddy and Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh, God.
And people will say, what just happened?
And the two of them are going to start a podcast.
And then they'll move on. But do I think he'll do it? I think if there's anybody capable of pardoning Diddy, it's probably Trump. It's probably Trump if he does it.
But what would be the, like, and I agree 1,000%. Even me, somebody's been following him since voting for him 3 times since 2016. What the hell is he doing sometimes? But if he pardons Diddy, who's a convicted 2-time felon with counts of transporting women across state lines for prostitution and all the other counts that were dropped. And by the way, James Comey's daughter was the prosecutor. She's fired. Whatever. And then floating Ghislaine Maxwell, who's serving the 20 years for, what was her? Enticing minors, conspiracy to transport minors, and transporting minors with the intent to engage in illegal sexual acts. Like, what is, because he said, Pat, the article was the White House is seriously considering doing that. I don't know about surprises or anything, but that is some wild stuff. Ghislaine Maxwell, if Ghislaine's going to come out and she's testifying, she's going to talk in front of people.
It should not surprise you if he does that. I want to hear Tommy's thoughts, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. Go ahead, Tommy.
I don't get the political calculation of that. He's not running again, so maybe he just does what he wants to do. There's been a lot of questions about some of the pardons that Trump has issued, though. The Chrisley family kind of being one. It was like, oh. And there were some others that were not as high profile that when you look into them, you go, why would you do that? Like, it's a little weird. But the thing about President Trump, and I'm sure you know this as well, if he feels that somebody has been railroaded by the justice system, the way he feels like he has been, he has a soft spot for those people. Now, Diddy ended up walking away getting very little. So I think let him serve out what's probably going to be a very short sentence and probably pretty much nothing. I say let him serve what he needs to serve. I don't see the political calculation for Trump there. Now, maybe for Trump, it's like, well, I feel like he was railroaded and I feel like it was unfair to him. In his heart, he would make that decision. I don't think it's probably the right one, given Diddy didn't get much time anyway. And the thing about the Diddy thing that's still going to get stuck in people's craw here is the Cassie video. Mm-hmm. Everything else, it's the salacious text messages and the freak-offs and all that's gross. That video, though, not good.
Oh, the video's disgusting. Well, listen, you're an attractive woman. I assume you've had your, creepy men kind of saying, hey, how you doing? Other than that video with Cassie, disgusting, despicable. Anyone with a moral compass will condemn that. What has Diddy really done to deserve what he's dealing with right now?
Now, this is just again, the court of public opinion, which isn't always fair. When you watch that video and you watch the way he treated her, that doesn't look like one moment of rage. That looks like somebody who probably does that quite often. So he barely got any, with the convictions that he actually got. It's so minimal anyway. I don't see Trump pardoning him I don't think he's going to do much time. Let's put it that way. That video, though, in the court of public opinion, doesn't look like someone who's a first-timer.
No, listen, again, disgusting, despicable behavior. Other than that, what has he done that has been really that bad?
What I'm saying is that shows that you have a pattern of behaving that way.
But you can't, I don't know, I'm no legal scholar. You can't be found guilty of,
and he wasn't.
Well, maybe you could have done it.
And he wasn't, but that's why he didn't get found guilty of all those other things.
That's my point.
And the sentence is so minimal. But what he actually did get charged for, it's pretty indisputable he did those things, at least, okay? So why would Trump pardon him for the minimal charges that he's already been convicted on when, again, for Trump, you have to make a political calculation. You don't want to be standing in the corner of somebody who might be a habitual abuser, at least by what we're seeing in that video. My perspective is you're not a first-time abuser.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly that Trump, there's no upside to doing this. He's not running for re-election. This isn't like something that people are campaigning against. But he does have a soft spot for people who might have been wrongly accused. What was the whole thing he did with Kim Kardashian back in 2018, the criminal justice
the First
reform?
Step Act, yeah.
The First Step Act. So clearly Trump knows what it feels like to be wrongfully accused. And probably people think Trump is like this monster robotic person. He's a human. And I think a lot of things have changed, especially after he almost lost his life. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if he did things just because he felt like it.
Yeah, here's what I would tell you. With the pattern of what Trump's got, go to his pattern. He sided with Tyson. He sided with Michael Jackson. He sided with a lot of different people. That is the position that was the opposite position of what everybody else was taking. He's been doing this for many years. And do you remember when Trump went and helped Ramos out? Where was Ramos stuck in? Was he stuck in Venezuela? He was stuck.
Jorge Ramos?
Where was Jorge Ramos stuck in? Like in Trump's first term, where Trump went and got him out, and Ramos was forced to say thank you to him.
Was that Puerto Rico? What was that?
Do you remember that, Rob, or no?
I'm gonna have to look.
Yeah, if you look it up, I think Ramos was stuck somewhere. It could have been Venezuela. Could have been somewhere. And then Trump came out and said, "You better release him, or else." And then they released him. And Jorge Ramos, which in 2015 was extremely, extremely critical of him, came back and defended Trump. And Trump, the guy that was constantly going after him, all of a sudden flipped and started defending Trump. And he had nothing bad to say about him because it's an emotional thing. You saved my life. You got me out of this. There it is. That's the one. So he was detained in Venezuela. So during the Venezuela, confiscated escort early next time. Okay, yeah, there was something that happened that Trump helped him out, where he came and helped him out. What happens if this guy gives Diddy a pardon? What does Diddy do? Does Diddy come and become a conservative Republican MAGA the next day? Probably not. Does he gain a little bit more the vote of people that have been wrongly jailed and all that? Maybe. Are those voters, is he getting, like you said, he's not running again, so I don't know what the motive of this being done. Or maybe he's just trying to change the conversation and let the market talk and not be paying attention to this. Who knows? Maybe the attention goes off of Epstein and goes to Diddy.
Distraction.
Who knows? You were asking about the latest polo shirts that are coming up. It took us a few months to get them. They're finally in. I wore one of these. Everybody was asking, where did you get these Valuetainment polo shirts? They're right there. We got them in brown, black, white, gray, and another white. There's a bunch of them on here for those because it's hot. Yesterday, we flew in from Orlando. We're on a flight. Flying back on this private jet, and we're asking the pilot, hey, can you turn on the AC? I can't turn on the AC. Mario makes the mistake of asking the guy, he says, I heard this is a Mach. What did he ask him? He says,
Mach? Does it go Mach? And the guy was like, yeah, it goes Mach 1.5.
It goes actually Mach 1.1. And then next thing you know, we get on the jet, and this guy goes, he starts doing all this stuff, showing off. I'm like, what is this guy doing? On the way back, we're flying low. He says, I can't turn on the AC. I get off the plane.
Do you remember what I look like? Honestly, look like somebody poured water all over you.
I get off the plane. My entire shirt is flipping, drenched. And this is why Tomi just announced she's moving to Florida, because she loved the humidity here. But for some of you guys that are in the heat, you want to wear a polo shirt and have the Valuetainment gear on, go place your order at vtmerch.com. We did not order too many of these. But if you want to get them, go to vtmerch.com, place your order, sport them. We were at Orlando at the Gaylord event. Cannot wait to see all of you guys at the Vault Conference. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.